I realized something. It's not about how many times you've been knocked down. It's about how many times you can get back up and keep going. Why is that? Because a knockdown is not a knockout unless you stay down. Let's connect in conversation on the topic, challenges create champions. How to transform struggle into strength. Oh, I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. Good people, how you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope you are doing well. Well, I want to welcome you back to another edition of In the Mix. I'm yours truly, your host with the most, Dr. Eddie Connor, and it is an honor. Hope you're having a great day in a great way. It's an honor that you have joined us today. Yes, won't you stick and stay with us all the way through this? But of course, I need you to please hit the thumbs up button on this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Yeah. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. You might as well hit the share button as well. Come on, share if you care. You're here because you care, so I need you to share. Your timeline could literally be someone's lifeline. So let them know that we are here to have a courageous conversation of illumination. And in order to illuminate it, you know what we got to do. We got to pay that light bill, family. Come on, drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. That's how we pay the light bill. Drop some light bulb emojis in the chat. As a matter of fact, yes, let's light it up. Let's turn the brightness all the way up. Let's flip the switch. Too lit to quit. Stay lit. Why? Because we are the light of the world. We're talking today, spotlighting and highlighting our particular subject entitled Challenges Create Champions. How to transform struggle into strength. And here's one thing. Adversity is really nothing new. It's not foreign to us. We have always been in a place of dealing with adversity, whether it is interpersonally, whether it is outside of you and your realm. Just the whole aspect of dealing with adversity and trying to transform adversity into strength is a rather daunting task, to say the least. Simply because we're hit with a myriad of challenges. It is the fact that a knockdown is not a knockout unless you stay down. And it's not about how many times that you have been knocked down. It's about how many times you can get back up. Fall down 7 times, get back up 8. And here's the thing. You can get back up 8 because the first time before you ever fail, you were always standing. Having done all to stand, you got to stand. And for many of us, our vision is crippled simply because we keep looking and focusing on the challenges rather than focusing on what it's going to take to become a champion. I was listening to Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl winning quarterback. Tom Brady, 7-time Super Bowl winning quarterback who played for the New England Patriots as well as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Patrick Mahomes, who is the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes has 3 titles to speak at this time, and he's sitting down with the one who he's chasing, Tom Brady. And both of them were talking about career highlights and pursuits and what it takes to be a professional, what it takes to even be a champion, right? 10 Super Bowls between them, not counting appearances, 10 Super Bowl wins between them. And what Tom, as well as Patrick, agreed upon was the fact that they had to get uncomfortable, right? They had to be uncomfortable to win. They had to be uncomfortable to be a champion. And I need you to hear me. On the other side of uncomfortability is greatness. On the other side of being lazy and coming up with all these excuses as to why it won't work is the path of purpose. That's what's on the other side. Am I willing to do what it takes to be uncomfortable? Am I willing to be comfortable with being uncomfortable? Am I willing to be uncomfortable with being comfortable? Am I willing to be comfortable with being uncomfortable? And am I willing to be uncomfortable with being comfortable? Come on, family, type champion. You didn't endure all that you went through just to stay the way that you are and to be the way that you are. There's a champion inside of you. I need you to hear me. There's a champion inside of you that can overcome the daunting and difficult task of trying to scale your life and move to the next level. There's a champion in you that can scale the rough terrains and the mountainous situations of sickness and heartbreak and trials and tribulations and disease that puts you at a dis-ease. It's the negatively deleterious effect on your mindset. And here's one thing about champions. The champions get to the particular place of saying, all right, I'm going to be very, very specifically thoughtful. I'm going to be borderline obsessive about the thoughts that come to my mind. And if they're negative, I got to uproot it. If it's negative, I got to get rid of it. If it's negative, I can't let it hatch in my mind. Who am I talking to? I know it's you. I hope it's you. Right? Here's the thing. What I have to realize. This is what a champion realizes as well. Even when things aren't looking good, here's what happens. They understand that it's still working for their good. Why? Because fear paralyzes you, but faith mobilizes you. Only faith, only vision will mobilize you to become and really tap into the champion that's on the inside of you. That champion that's on the inside of you is one who is not just a conqueror, but more than a conqueror. If you've gone through what you've been through and how you've overcome that and how you persevered through the place of adversity, oh, you're not just a conqueror, you're more than a conqueror. Painful situations can be used as a purposeful stepping stool to ascend and to aspire higher. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Simply because challenges move you into a particular aspect for a place of transformation. But before I get to my next, how am I handling my now? Ow. Yeah. If you can't say amen, say ouch. Come on, family, just type now. Before you ever get to your next, how are you handling your now? Now are you worrying? Or now are you believing by faith? Now are you saying, oh, I think I might have missed my time? Or now are you saying, listen, I'm just one day closer to my next level. I don't know when it's ready, but I'm ready for it. I don't know when God wants me to have it, but guess what? In my mind, I already do. I don't know if it's ready for me, but I'm ready for it. Painful situations become a portal to greater power. Why? Because everything that you went through, yes, it may have been painful, but it can become purposeful. Come on, family, just type purposeful. Type purposeful. You got to use every mountain as a launching pad so that you can mount up with wings as an eagle. You've been through enough stress. You've been through enough depression. You've been through enough negativity. You've been through enough trauma and trials and tribulations and situations. Here's what God is going to do. God is flipping the script. Doubt's not going to be the limitation of your destiny. Come on now. I got to move into a particular place of unlocking the potential, the unlimited potential rather, of what God has placed on the inside of you. And you got to see it before you see it, or you'll never seize it. You got to see it before you see it, or you'll never have it. Come on, family, we're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker. Yeah, it's going up for real. Challenges create champions. That's what we're talking about. And here's one thing I realize. Real eyes realize real truth or lies. We say that twice because it's also nice. Real eyes realize real lies. You got to understand this, that your circumstance is what is more than what meets the eye. What should you be praying for? That the eyes of your understanding are enlightened, so that you may know the hope of his calling. You got to know the hope of his calling that is on your life. You got to begin to pray, Lord, I need you to open up my spiritual eyes. My circumstance is what more than meets the eye. But I need you to open up my spiritual eyes so that I can see more and before, so that I can attach to a visionary, right? And not even just attach, be assigned to one. When you only see with your natural eyes, hear me, you are easy to deceive. You're easy to fool, right? One's real eyes are not solely what's on the outside. More than anything, yes, eyes are visible, it moves into a place of visibility, but here's what I need. I need God's insight into spirituality. Why? So I don't walk in a place of duality, but I have a particular place in my life to say, listen, I got my mind made up. I won't turn back. That's what it's about. I'm not going to turn back. I'm transforming my struggle into strength. That's what it's about. That's going to separate who it is that you are from where it is that you can be. I don't just need a good idea. I need a God idea. Come on, family. Just type discernment. Here's what discernment gives me. Discernment moves me into a particular place in my life of knowledge, spiritual knowledge, supernatural knowledge. Why? So that I don't make hasty decisions, so that I'm not trying to pray myself out of what God never sanctioned me to step into. Oh, come on. You were so gung-ho about him and had to have him, this, that, and the other. Now you're trying to pray to get out of it. God didn't tell you to put your hands on it in the first place. Now you're trying to pray to get out of it simply because you didn't go off of discernment. You went off of just eyesight, but eyesight can't give you insight. You went off specifically of just your emotions and how they make you feel at that particular time. I gotta have discernment so that I can have direction for my protection. Right? So that here it is. I don't walk by sight, but I walk by faith. I gotta walk by faith and not by sight. Too many of us are trying to rush what God wants us to rehearse. Oh, come on. What do I mean by that? Manifesting your vision takes practice. Becoming the champion that overcomes challenges takes practice. It takes preparation. It takes planning for what it is that you intend to come to pass. I got to have the learning and the burning all at the same time. Let me talk to you. I'm talking to somebody. Let me talk to you. I know it may look like you're overlooked, but remember, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. You're getting ready to go from overlooked to overbooked. Oh yeah, let me say that twice because it's also nice. You're getting ready to go from overlooked to overbooked. Here's one thing I don't want you to do. I don't want you to overlook the opportunity and the time right now to join our Eagles community. Don't overlook that. Go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. It's where our coaches, where our teachers, where our trainers, where our mentor. It's where we have our powerful private sessions of me pouring into you, sharing with you on business, on relationships, on identity, on overcoming obstacles, on leadership ability, on healing from whoever, healing from who cut you, so that you're not bleeding on people who didn't cut you. Let me say that again. I got to heal from the one who cut me so that I'm not bleeding on people who didn't cut me. Who am I talking to? I know it's you. I hope it's you. I hope it's you. I know it's you. I got to get to that particular place. of the healing that takes place, not from buying a pair of shoes, not from buying a house, not from going on a date with your spouse, not from getting a new car. No, that's a fleeting feeling. But when I have the living water of God's power, I move to another dimension. I move to another place. I move to another platform, and I don't plateau. Family, we're having a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. Challenges create champions. That's what we're talking about. Once again, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Now, here's the thing. You're watching In the Mix, but how are you not a member of In the Mix? I need you to do something about that. Link is in the chat. Link is in the description of this video. Click either one. Both will give you an opportunity to secure a badge. We talked about securing a badge a couple days ago. I want you to secure the badge. That's what I want you to do. Get a badge from any of the levels, VIP, Royalty, OQP. And my gift to you is to give you access to our members only area, where I've got some videos there. I'm giving you the behind the scenes of how it is that life is for me, what I'm going through, how I'm empowering people through oftentimes things that I go through, leadership, leveling up. What is life like for me as a pastor at the Remnant Worshipers Church, 20470 Hubble Street? I'm saving you a seat. It's all there, family. Go right now. Tap the link. Choose one of those badges. My gift to you is to get you access, because membership has its privileges to our private membership portal. We're talking about challenges create champions. And here's the thing. I don't want you to move no place. I want you to stick and stay right there. Yeah. After these messages, I'm going to come right back. Got a little bit of breaking news. Got a little bit of a special announcement in the midst of this special announcement. But when I come back, we've got more in store. After these messages, I'll be right back.
Our schools are underfunded, teachers are underpaid, and our children are undereducated. Our classrooms, culture, curriculum, and communities are in crisis like never before. Education is the key, but the lock is broken. So how do we fix it? I'm so glad that you asked. I'm giving you strategies in my new book. It's my 17th book, by the way, called Strategies for Successful Schools. How to develop a diverse classroom of learners who read, lead, and succeed. This is a book that's available right now for our educational leaders. It's a must-read for school board members, parents, community advocates, transformative teachers. But not only that, so many of our young people are struggling with their academics, their mental well-being, limiting beliefs, procrastination, interpersonal trauma, and just feeling like they're hopeless. But what if there was a go-to guide to empower you to be a champion? Here's the good news. I've got another book for you. It's my 18th one. Learners are Leaders, Strategies and Solutions for Student Success. It's got a 31-day journal in there. It's got affirmations, really a lot of valuable life lessons, ways to set smart goals for success, improve your mental well-being, foster academic success. So much more that is in store when you get not just one, but both of these books. They're both available right now on Amazon. But also, you can get signed copies that are available at theeaglesacademy.com/books. Don't just get them for you, but also get them for someone else too.
Oh, yes, y'all. We don't stop. Come on, family. I need you to heed to these resources that you've heard. Let's get back to the word. Talking about challenges create champions. How to transform struggle into strength. Let me say this, because for many years of my life, it was a lot of struggle for me. For many years of my life, I felt like I was just behind schedule. I don't know if you ever felt like you were behind schedule. It seemed as if everybody was getting ahead of you. It seemed as if life was always late for you. Everyone was late for you. You were always last. You were always overlooked. Maybe you were a late bloomer in school, right? You were last slated and selected for your basketball team. You came in last at your cross-country running meets. You were overlooked as a prom date, right? You were never looked at as a leader. Mostly, that's how I was not looked at. Life was always late for me, and I was even late to class or classes more than occasionally. Here's one thing I realized. One thing that never came late for me. I need you to hear me on this. One thing that never came late for me was struggle. Let me talk to somebody. The pain of struggle in my life, it came early and it came often. Here's what I realized. Struggle came early. For me, even watching my best friend die of cancer when we were both 7 years of age. Struggle commenced early, just 8 years later, when I found myself fighting for my life after being diagnosed with cancer. Struggle came early and often for me as I missed my entire sophomore year of high school because I was too sick to attend. Let me tell you, struggle came early when my parents divorced and I had to cope with the absence of my father. Right? How do you become a man if you don't see one, much less interact with one? So I pondered about, how can I be what I don't see? How can I become a man if I don't see one, much less interact with one? The struggles came early and often for me, as my father never visited me one day in the hospital. Let me talk to you. I had to learn early how to judge, how to rather juggle, struggle endlessly. I had to learn how to juggle endless struggles when the people I thought were praying for me were doubting me and preying on me. When it is that kids were outside playing, I was in a hospital room praying. When kids were watching games and playing video games, I was receiving radiation and chemotherapy. And here it is, it wasn't a game. Struggle came early and often for me when I reconnected with a fellow peer who had known me during some of my early years and said, "I thought you died." Oh, come on. Y'all know those are fighting words. Struggle came early when I got rejected from colleges and barely got admitted into Eastern Michigan University. Here it is, on probation. Why? Because my favorite two classes in school, in high school, were gym and lunch, and my grades were indicative of that. Struggle came early for me when I almost dropped out of college. And here's what I understand. As I look back in retrospect, it's enough to want to express emotion. But here's one thing that I understand. I wouldn't have been able to make it through if God didn't bring me through. Despite the trials, I realized that while we're struggling, God is sustaining. While we're struggling, God is stretching. While we're struggling, God is working it out. While we're struggling, you're being prepared for your next level. Come on, family, just type "my next level is here." Type that. Type "my next level is here." Come on, type "next level, next level, next level." Right? I could go on and on and on about my struggles. I could go on and on and on about things that I had to overcome. But here's what I understand. That what was sent against me, even though it was intended to destroy me, here's what it is. God used it to develop me. I want to speak to somebody. What was intended to destroy you, God is using to develop you. Developing your faith. Developing your fire. Developing your perseverance. Developing your joy and your shout. And your next level. Developing you with witty ideas and inventions. Developing you so that your ideas can become income and your contacts can become contracts. Developing your mindset so that it's not scarce. So that it's not a scarcity mindset. Come on, developing you internally to heal from the trauma internally. Why? Because Yes, it was meant to destroy you, but God is using it to develop you. What doesn't kill you, you got to use it to build you. Struggles transformed into strength. Struggles that were transformed even into strength have made me the kind of man that I am today. Steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. Here's what I had to do. I had to dig deep to discover that hope, that faith, that vision, that fortitude, that fire, to see beyond what I see. And that's what you got to do. You got to put on your spiritual glasses now. Come on, I need you to adjust your vision. Adjust your vision with precision. Adjust your vision with an intention. What you're experiencing now may be painful, but I need you to hear me. It will become purposeful. It will become fruitful. Challenges create champions through the fires of adversity. Challenges create champions through the fires of overcoming obstacles, through overcoming stressful situations, for you getting to the particular place to where you see no as new opportunity, to where you see no backwards as on. I'm on to the next one. I'm on to the next thought. I'm on to the next idea. I'm on to the next business plan. I'm on to the next job. I'm on to the next. Why? Because my next is now. Challenges are creating champions. Just giving you the blueprints. I'm giving you the cheat codes on how to transform struggle into areas of strength. That's what it's about. Without a doubt. Listen, what I want you to do is sow into this word that you've heard. Really do. Really do want you to sow into this word that you've heard. It's not as a debt that you owe, it's a seed that you sow. Here it is. I want you to sow where you soar. I want you to sow where you grow. This is where you soar. This is where you grow. And I want you to do that immediately. Yeah, immediately. Like right now. I want you to soar with us. I want you to sow with us. I want you to grow with us. Why? Because this is good ground. This is good ground to sow into, to where you reap a harvest of blessings, 30, 60, 100 fold. And that's what I'm doing. I'm joining my faith with yours for 30, 60, 100 fold, to where God does it exceedingly abundantly above all that you can ask or think. I'm joining my faith with yours. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to name your seed as you're sowing your seed. Yes, I want you to name your seed as you are sowing your seed. We had a super chat. We had a super conversation. Drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. Yes, drop a super chat. Drop a super sticker. Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at Gmail. That's what it is. Thank you for giving electronically. Once again, Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. And here's what I understand. The link's in the chat, links in the description of this video. Hey, I'm telling you where to sow and how to sow. Use those links there for where to sow and how to sow as well. I want to thank you for sowing into this word that you've heard today. Why? Because this helps us to broaden our broadcast, to take us into cities and communities and nations and neighborhoods. Very, very key, very, very important. Simply because we want to share an empowering word to really shift people's world, to shake them out of what it is that they have, or what they've been caught in, and to really empower them to maintain unshakable faith. That's what it's about. Thank you again. Cash App, $ Access Identity, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr at gmail.com. Family, if you're not a member of our Eagles community, I would that you join us. Join my mentoring sessions where I coach, teach, train, mentor, give you business insight, really show you how to shift from where it is that you are to where you can be. Really how to grow in specific and certain areas of your life without feeling intimidated. No, we're united. You don't just soar as far as your dream or your high as your dream. You soar as high as your team. I want you to soar with us as we go to another dimension. TheEaglesAcademy.com, 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 TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, and I guarantee you'll be transformed. If you're not a member of In the Mix, go ahead, secure one of those badges. Links in the chat, links in the description of this video for how and where to invest by becoming a partner. And my gift to you is to give you access to our members only area on our YouTube channel. Family, did you get anything from this? Was this empowering to you? Let me know if that is true. Simply because In the Mix is out of time. That's right. But y'all know I'm not out of truth, and so I want to thank you for rocking with me. I want to thank you for riding with me. I really do want to thank you for rolling with me. Why? Because that's just how we roll. And we roll together just like that, and that's the way it is. Each and every single weekday, Monday through Friday for In the Mix. And we do that right here on the YouTube side. Come on, hit that thumbs up button, family. Hit that thumbs up button. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You're here because you care, so share. Share this word with somebody. And of course, we mix it up on the YouTube side, yes, but also on our sister satellite stations on social media. And so we give a sincere salute to all of our viewers. Thank you for joining us. But I just got a question for you. Are you my friend? Are we locked in? Well, then step this way, step that way. Yes, step this way, step that way. Which way? By friending me, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. We don't stop. At EddieConnorJr. EddieConnorJr. Y'all keep showing love. I'm going to keep showing up. And I want you to show up as I invite you to receive a word from me as I serve as a pastor of the Remnant Worshipers Church every Sunday, 10 o'clock a.m. 20470 Hubble Street. I'm saving you a seat. Yeah, once again, 20470 Hubble Street in the city of Detroit. I am saving you a seat. You can get any of my books. They're on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon, as well as the EaglesAcademy.com/books to get signed copies. Might as well. 2 of my latest books, Learners and Leaders and Strategies for Successful Schools. Get any of my books, Amazon, as well as the EaglesAcademy.com/books. If you're looking for a dynamic speaker now, why would you look any further? You know that I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. All you have to do is email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. It's yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family, it's been fun, but you know a brother got to run. So I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure, a treat and a treasure, a joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure, but I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love too. Keep soaring higher. Family, there is power in partnership, and we are better together, which is why I am on a mandated mission to activate 30, yes, 30 new action takers who are ready to soar beyond their limits. I'm ready to develop and deploy you into your gifts and your greatness. Now, are you ready? Well, get activated by joining the Eagles Academy, where we cultivate your gifts and your talents to become the greatest version of yourself. And we do this through weekly mastermind sessions where you receive strategies for exponential growth with self-paced Eagles Nest reflections that include personalized feedback to transform you, to renew your mindset, to empower you to take action and actualize your purpose. Are you an action taker? If so, today I ask you, are you ready to answer the call? Well, great. Then visit theeaglesacademy.com and become a member. For only $24.99, you will unlock unlimited knowledge and resources that will launch you and catapult you into the greatest version of yourself. I invite you to the winner's circle. On your mark, get set, go right now to theeaglesacademy.com and seize this moment.